Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a little bit of a flow that you can do in a small space. So specifically I'm thinking about being on a ferry, an overnight ferry maybe, where you have a room that's small, that you have maybe just a yoga mat's amount of space to work with. So let's have some fun, let's be creative, and let's get started. So we will begin today sitting down. Now I am visualizing being on a ferry. I have been on a ferry before, so I can relate to this requested class. But we're just going to take a moment to ground, to calm the mind, maybe cure any unsettledness within the belly or the head or anything else like that. So if you can, close your eye and bring some length into your spine. And if it doesn't feel good to close your eyes, you might just look down softly in front of you. Let's just find our breath. Forget about your body for now. Just feel the air flowing in and out of you. Softening through the forehead, the jaw, and allowing your sit bones, your feet, whatever part of your low body that's connected to the ground right now, let that ground you, let that support you. Let it keep you from swaying side to side. Let it keep you from moving around. Let it slow you down and make you feel solid, strong. Take just another moment here. And if you do happen to have your eyes closed, you can start to open them. And we're going to move our hands to the ground beside us. Now I'm not going to go off of my mat, but I'm going to use all the space that my mat is providing. So if you need to turn so your arms can go out and be over top of your mat, you might want to rotate. But lightly rest your fingers on the ground beside you. Let an inhale reach your right arm up and maybe lean over. Use an inhale to come back up. And switch sides, reach the left arm out, up, maybe over. And then let an inhale bring you back up. Your hands might find your knees, lengthen your spine. You can take a twist over towards the right side. And then come back through center, over to the other side. And then slowly turn back to face forwards. Now we're going to try to come onto our hands and knees. Pretend there's bunk beds on either side of you maybe. Find your tabletop. Take your hips for a little bit of a sway side to side. Now we are going to be tucking our toes, lifting our knees into downward facing dog. We aren't going to stay very long. Now you might walk your feet like halfway up your mat and then walk your hands back halfway down the mat. So you end up in a forward fold. You can widen your feet as much as you'd like. Let your arms dangle down. Let your upper body be heavy. Now again, if you feel like you're moving around here, maybe you can bend your knees so you can touch your fingertips to the ground so that you have 4 points of contact instead of 2. But you might embrace that movement again if you happen to be on a ferry and you can feel the movement of the water. You might sway a little. Or you might try not to sway. But whatever feels the most effortless, do that. Nice work, you guys. So we're going to bend our knees a little more so that we can plant our hands. Walk the hands up a little, walk the feet back a little to your downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, lower your knees to the ground, to your tabletop. Give your hips a little bit of a sway side to side. We're going to move our right hand between our shoulders. Take a little twist towards the left side. Let your left hand just sneak towards your hip. If it wants to lift off the ground, maybe take a peek past your shoulder. And then bring that hand down. Move it between the shoulders, the chest, and then take a little turn of your chest and maybe slowly lifting the right hand towards the hip and a peek up above you maybe. And then slowly coming back down, move your hands to the ground, but underneath your shoulders. Maybe give the hips a little bit of a sway, side to side, and then you can extend your right leg back behind you, push into the ball of your foot. Slowly bring that knee back in and switch sides. Feel the length through your leg. Bring that knee back in as well. And then we're going to be reaching forwards with both of our arms. You might stay lifted on your fingertips though, but trying to take the bend of the elbows a little bit more and slowly letting your chest melt down. And then you might lift again. And then maybe melt it back down. Again, if you feel like you're moving, the ground is moving beneath you, embrace that movement. Move with that movement. Or create it. If you're on solid ground, create that movement. Use your breath. Your breath is your wave. Awesome work, you guys. The next time you come back up, move your hands back under your shoulders. Again, back to your tabletop. Give your hips a little sway side to side. Now we're just going to sit down. You might sit on your heels. I want your arms to be free, your hands to be free. And make some fists. Take some circles with those fists. Go in one direction. How smooth can you make those circles? Can you look down to the ground or maybe close your eye? Can you allow your legs, again, whatever part of you that's touching the ground, let that area of your body or those areas of your body support you, ground you, keep you connected, strong, balanced, grounded. All the while, challenging the brain, the mind to make those circles with your fists. Switch directions if you haven't already. And then let your fists go. Let your wrist shake a little. Maybe even flick your fingers. We're going to sit down with our legs in front of us, maybe rotating again so that you're still on your mat. Still only taking up the smallest amount of space possible. Give your knees a hug, a squeeze. We're going to try to lean forwards a little bit, so bring the chest towards the knees. You can scooch the feet further away, but you can keep your knees nice and bent. Your arms can rest wherever they want to. You might give your legs a hug. Maybe you can hold your elbows or interlace your fingers or your wrists or forearm. Give yourself a hug. Close your eyes or stare down at your legs in front of you. And again, let your feet, your glutes, whatever part of you that is touching the ground, support you. You do have your arms wrapped around your legs. Start to let go. We're going to lift our chest away from the knees and sit tall. You can keep your legs bent like they are, though. 4 points of contact. Glute, glute, foot, foot. Lengthen your spine. We're going to try and take a twist towards the right. A little twist. Maybe use your hands to support you. Use an inhale to slowly turn back. Try to stay on your mat. Lengthen your spine. And then use an inhale to come forwards again. Lean forwards again. Maybe, though, you will send your legs out longer. Maybe you won't. Bring your chest towards your knees, depending on, or doesn't matter how long your legs are, how straight your legs are. Just bring your chest towards your knees. And maybe if you have more points of contact along the legs against the ground, feel those areas of your body. Connect those areas of your body. So you guys take another breath here. Use an inhale to rise. Hug your knees towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. Now, if you have enough space to lay down, you might want to lay down and spend a few moments in Shavasana. If you want to join me, take up a little less space, let's come over and into child's pose. You might reach your arms out in front. If you want to use even less space, you might bring your arms beside you with your palms facing up. Ground your forehead. Wherever you decided to go, notice again what parts of your body are connected to the ground. So often we think of our feet as being the most grounding area of our body. They hold us up for almost all the day. And sometimes we can rely on other parts of ourselves to get us through, support us, ground us. I encourage you to stay here for as long as you have time for. But I do want to thank you for joining me today, and I wish you the best on your travels or the rest of your day, whatever that looks like. Enjoy. Thank you so much. And until next time, namaste.